Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Madison and welcome to my second YouTube video. I'm super excited to do this video because today I thought I would give you guys some of my favorite books recommendations. If you like to read, which is something that I enjoy doing, I hopefully think that you will enjoy these books as much as I have. So yeah, let's just get right into the video and I'll stop talking and give you my book recommendations. Okay, for my first book, if you like somewhat a romantic type of love story, I think this story is really cute, and I don't want to ruin it for you or anything, but I won't give you too much detail. But it's The Edge of Never by J.A. Redmerski. I hope that's how you say her last name. Yeah, The Edge of Never. It's a really cute book, I thought. It's about, okay, so I'm not good at explaining things. But this girl is like having problems in her life and she's kind of just, I don't know, she's going through some things and she's wanting to get away from it all. So she purchases a Greyhound ticket. It's like, or it's a bus, Greyhound bus ticket, I think it's called. And she just decides to go to Idaho. And on her way through these road trips, she ends up meeting a guy and they end up like traveling together and they develop a relationship together, and that's all I'm going to say so far because I don't want to spoil it because, you know, if you haven't read it, I know how annoying it can be when somebody spoils it for you. Yeah, I give this book like 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute. The only thing, it does have like some language in it, and there are definitely some steamy parts in the book, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it has some language in it, which I wish wasn't in there, but I don't know, if that doesn't bother you, then, you know, read this book. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Okay, my next recommendation for you guys is This Is What Hacky Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. This is another really cute love story. I read this last summer too, I believe, and I can't say it's my favorite love story that I've read, but if you're just kind of wanting something cute and kind of short to read, then I definitely recommend this book. It's your typical guy and girl meet, although the thing that's different about it is this guy is a movie star and he sends an email out, but it goes to the wrong person, and he talks about his pet pig in the email, and the person that it goes to happens to be this girl. And she ends up replying to him and they keep exchanging emails to each other, and they just, you know, they kind of bond over certain things and over his pet pig. Anyways, since he's a movie star, he ends up coming to Maine where she lives, and they end up meeting because he's shooting a movie on the island that she lives on. And yeah, I won't say anymore because I don't want to ruin it if you want to read it. But it's really cute. I recommend it if you want a short read. It's a cute love story. Go out and buy this book. My next book is Alienated by Melissa Landers. This story is very unique. I haven't actually really read a love story like it, but in case you haven't guessed, it's about aliens. But these aliens aren't like the weird type of aliens that you think about. They're actually a lot like humans. They're called Lears. I think that's how you pronounce it in the book. They're called, yeah, Lears. The Lear program is like doing an exchange student type deal. Terrible at explaining things. Anyways, he's like an exchange student that's coming to Earth, and the main character in the book, Kara, her and her family is going to be, you know, like living with this exchange student. So he comes to live with them, and Kara faces like a lot of hate and bullying from her other classmates because of the Lears is living with her, because most of the humans don't want them here on Earth. But anyways, while he's living with her, they end up developing a close relationship with each other. There's actually a second book that I haven't read to this, which I'm probably going to end up getting eventually. But yeah, it's really cute. It's different. And I would give this book 4 stars, mainly because there were some parts that I got a little bit bored on, but the parts that were good I really enjoyed. So yeah, I would read the second book. I would get a second one to this. And I recommend you to read it too if you like fictional love stories. I think it's really cute. My next book for you guys is Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerill. I really enjoyed this book a lot. It's another fictional story. Most of the books I read are fictional. I just really enjoyed like fantasy type fictional books. But yeah, this one's fictional, and basically I read this one last year too, so my memory on it's a little bit fuzzy, but I'll try to explain it as much as I can. The main character in the book is named Brita, and she's she's brave. Her character's, she's not really afraid of anything. She's losing her cottage, or her cabin that she lives in the woods, because the king is trying to overtake that land, I think, that she's living on. So, and her dad actually ends up dying, and the guy that she's in love with, her best friend, is accused of killing her father. So she goes on this quest to try to figure out who killed her dad, because she doesn't believe that her best friend would kill her father. So yeah, it's really interesting. I wasn't sure how it was going to end up, so yeah, I thought it was really interesting. There were some parts in the book that I did get a little bored with, just because there's a lot of like traveling, but other than that, like the high parts in the book, I really enjoyed. Yeah, I recommend this book if you like fictional stories. I really enjoyed it, and yeah. Okay, so in my opinion, I saved the best for last. This has been my favorite book that I've read so far, and it's A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I absolutely love this book. Like, I'm just so in love with this series. I read the books 1 and 2 like super fast, like faster than I've ever read any book. I can't remember exactly how many days it took me, but I want to say this took me 3 days to read, because I probably would have got it done sooner if it wouldn't have been for schoolwork that I had. But I really enjoyed this. When I first read the description of this book, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, because it talks about fairies. I'm like, I'm thinking like these little creatures, and I'm like, how can she fall in love with a fairy? But these fairies are completely different from the fairies you're thinking of, and they're even spelled differently. So yeah, they're like these powerful beings who are extremely more powerful than any human, and she develops this relationship with one of them because she ends up killing one in the woods. So she has to like do like a payback, or not payback, but she has to make up for the wrong that she's done. So they come to take her to the land of the Fae to live, and she ends up developing a relationship with one of the fairies there, and it just gets really good, just let me say. Well, I can't really say what I want to say because I don't want to spoil it for you, but just read this book if you enjoy fictional books. I highly recommend this one. It's been my favorite. I have the entire series of this book, and this is the second one, which I also read super fast. And I have to say, I actually enjoyed the second one better than the first one. Like, I didn't think that I would enjoy it, because usually the first book is always the best, in my opinion. Like, you can't ever beat the first book. But it seems like with this series, it just keeps getting better. And yeah, just read the series. The third one's A Court of Wings and Ruin. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, which I'm super sad about, because I've had this book since May, and I have not been able to read it. Like, I've had so much schoolwork to do, and it makes me super sad that I cannot read this yet. But I've looked at it somewhat. But I don't have time to read it, but as soon as I find the time, I'm going to read this book. And yeah, Sarah J. Maas is like one of my favorite authors. She has other book series too that I'm eventually probably going to buy and try to find the time to read, because she's really good at writing. I really thoroughly enjoy her books. So I know I'm not the best at describing things, but I tried my best and I didn't want to ruin it for anybody in case you haven't read these books. But yeah, this was my first book recommendation video and I plan on doing more in the future. So if you would, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!